All right, welcome back to the next little video segment. Now we're going to talk about still in the Rescue Diver course. We're going to talk about where to conduct rescue exercises. And to start with, as we prepare for this, we'll definitely want to go into our instructor manual. And in the instructor manual, as you go to rescue exercises, you'll see one thing in black bold where it says it needs to be conducted in open water, right? So all of these exercises need to end up being conducted in open water. That's your local environment. And so that's very important. However, to prep for this, always think about what opportunities do you have to train in an environment that's more conducive to learning and mastering skills so that you can then apply it in open water. And to do that, we would strongly suggest that you think about conducting these skills in confined water, right? So as we look into our PADI's Guide to Teaching under Rescue Diver Course, we have conduct and skill recommendation. Again, under general suggestion, it makes it clear that here in this statement, though all rescue exercises and scenarios are conducted in open water, we strongly suggest that you consider conducting them in confined water first, right? This is very conducive to learning each step of the exercises, feeling really comfortable, and then being ready to show mastery of those skills as you go into your open water environment, right, in your local environment. So there's definitely good points in conducting these skills in confined water. We'll have some other little video clips on conducting these skills a little bit later. Another thing that we want to keep in mind as you conduct this course and prep the rescue diver for being able to use their skills when they go diving. We also want to talk a little bit about continuing education, right? And in your PADI's Guide to Teaching, you can see under sequencing consideration, there's a reminder that there's very easy ways to introduce the EFR course, Emergency First Responder, the primary and secondary care course, as well as the oxygen provider, right? And so these two courses are made to be integrated into your rescue diver course. It gives a lot of value and prepares the rescue diver to function as a rescue diver out there when diving. So those are some of the things to keep in mind as you set it up. The other thing that I want to talk about a little bit is dry workshops. So dry workshops definitely help, right? It helps because you can, in a classroom or outside by the pool, you can set up some dry workshop on the skills. And it's all about sequencing, right? It's to learn the sequencing of these skills. So some are really good for that. If you take exercise number 2, which is panicking diver, if I go to my instructor manual and you have the different exercise. But the panic diver, for example, is one where we have different approaches to stay safe while offering assistance. So you can definitely set it up on dry land and just show how you would demonstrate a surface approach, how you would demonstrate an underwater approach. So that's a really nice way to do that. Another one that has a lot of steps is the rescue exercise number 7. And so for the exercise number 7, as you can see in your instructor manual, the unresponsive diver at the surface, you can see there are many, many steps to that. So when you do a dry run, it's easier to remember what you start with, what steps to follow, making sure you do everything in the right order. And then, so that's a nice way as well to do dry workshops. So think about that. It's always nice to practice a little bit before actually going in the water. The other thing that we have to do is the emergency assistance plan, right? And so if I go to my PADI's Guide to Teaching, and I go to page 67, you have the emergency assistance plan. So this one is very important because you're going to be doing a lot of exercises, but on top of that, towards the end of the course, you have those scenarios. Scenario 1, scenario 2. Those are done in your local environment. And here you want to prepare your emergency assistance plan based on your local area, where you are going to be conducting these two scenarios. You want to look at what information do we need in case of an emergency, right? So there's a lot of cool information that we have in here. For the e-learners out there, we have information as well. So I wanted to show you as we get to the pro site, you can go to My e-learning and then find the Rescue Diver e-learning. You can obviously pick your language as well. Click on Start the Course, and then you'll see the different portion of the course. And then we are going to go to section 1 first, right? Section 1, here we go. And once it loads, we'll have a look here at accident management 1, I believe. Here we go. So as you can see here, managing an emergency, you got the readiness, and hopefully the emergency management with the 6 steps. And as we go a little further down, we will get to emergency assistance plan. Here we go. So here, it tells you about the emergency assistance plan. It tells you what kind of contact information you want to get. So based on your local environment, who do I call to get the emergency medical services? How do I contact Dan, right? Depending on which country you're in, you're gonna want to contact Dan from Divers Alert Network, and they certainly can assist in a diver emergency. You also have some really cool information in there where you have the Dan contact information directly here in e-learning. So all that information is great. You can also find it as we look at our Rescue Diver Manual for our book learner. Also, we have in page 37, there is information in there, and also a list of the numbers, right? So pretty much the same information we have in e-learning is also found in there. So everybody has access to it and can prepare an effective emergency assistance plan. So now this is a little bit about where to conduct skills, how to prep them for success in open water by using confined water as well as dry workshop. All right, well, thank you very much. And then we'll see you at the next little video shoot. Thanks.